Ever wake up feeling like something just sucked all the energy out of you? And no, I don't mean like after a long day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like something's feeding on you.
Yeah. Well, today on Iranian Things, episode 118.
Oh, wow. 118?
118, yeah. We're going to Azerbaijan. That's right.
Oh, cool.
I'm Mars,
And I'm Tannaz.
and we're diving deep into Azerbaijani folklore. Specifically, a creature that I think might give you the chills.
Ooh, I love this already.
Yeah, so if you're not familiar, Azerbaijani culture has deep ties to Iran,
Oh, for sure.
and their folklore is rich with these really interesting creatures and myths and legends.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what Iranian Things is all about, right? We like to shine a light on the lesser-known aspects of Iranian and surrounding cultures.
Yeah, and especially the spooky stuff.
Yes, and you know what? Today's creature is definitely on the spooky side.
All right, let's hear it.
So we're talking about the Khortadaan. Have you heard of this one?
The Khortadaan. I think so.
So imagine this, right? Like a vampire, but with a werewolf twist.
Whoa, okay, so blood-sucking and shape-shifting.
You got it. And to make things even creepier, they can become invisible too.
Oh, no way. So they could be lurking anywhere.
Literally anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's what makes them so terrifying. It's not just a monster in the shadows, right?
Right.
This could be like your neighbor,
Oh, gosh.
your friend even.
Oh, someone you trust.
Totally. And you know what's really interesting is that the Khortadaan can be male or female.
Oh, really? So you never know who to suspect.
Exactly. It adds this whole other layer of paranoia to it.
Oh, that's a good point. Like anyone could be draining your energy without you even knowing.
And it's not just about feeling tired, right? It's about the emotional drain, the feeling of being betrayed by someone you think you can trust.
That's deep.
Yeah, and when you consider the cultural context of Azerbaijan, it gets even more fascinating.
Right.
You've got this blend of influences right from Iran, from Turkic traditions and other cultures too.
That's right. It's a real crossroads.
Exactly. So the Khortadaan, it might be this uniquely Azerbaijani take on these fears that are kind of universal, you know, like the fear of the unknown, the fear of betrayal.
I see what you mean. So how do people protect themselves from these Khortadaan?
Well, from what we've gathered, it seems like they used a mix of like practical and symbolic measures. Some sources mention things like garlic and iron, which, sounds familiar.
Like classic vampire repellents?
Exactly. But they also relied on amulets and rituals.
The amulets are interesting. Do you think those were more for like psychological comfort? Like just to feel a sense of control over something so scary?
Oh, totally.
Hmm.
It's like holding on to something tangible when you're faced with this invisible threat.
Right. It shows how folklore helps people grapple with the unknown. The Khortadaan is terrifying, but at least the stories give you ways to fight back or at least feel a little less vulnerable.
You mentioned shapeshifting earlier. Did the sources say what they turn into? Like, are there any rules? Can they become anything they want?
You know, that's where it gets a little hazy. The sources we found are actually pretty vague on the specifics of the shapeshifting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I guess that just adds to the mystery and the fear, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. It's like the not knowing, the possibility that they could be anything lurking around you.
Mm-hmm.
It's unsettling to say the least, but hey, maybe that vagueness also makes the Khortadaan really open to interpretation.
Oh, for sure. I mean, some scholars have even suggested that the Khortadaan could symbolize like unchecked ambition or greed, those who exploit others for personal gain. They drain the life force of others, not just physically, but metaphorically too.
That's a really interesting point. It connects back to that idea of hidden danger within a community.
Right. It's not just a monster, it's a reflection of human darkness, like the potential for anyone to become corrupted.
That's heavy.
It is.
Wow. This deep dive has taken some pretty unexpected turns. It's amazing how a creature from folklore can spark so much discussion.
Right. I mean, these myths and legends aren't just stories. They offer a glimpse into the human psyche, how we deal with fear, hope, and try to understand the world around us.
Absolutely. So for those listening in, if you found this deep dive into the Khortadaan as fascinating as we did, make sure you subscribe to Iranian Things for more explorations of Iranian culture. We'll be back with more ancient myths, strange creatures, and everything in between.
And hey, don't forget to leave us a comment. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the Khortadaan. Maybe you've got your own theories about what they symbolize or even some personal encounters with the unexplained.
And if you're hungry for more folklore and mythology, we've put together a playlist featuring episodes on other creatures from Iranian and surrounding cultures. You might be surprised by the similarities and the chilling differences. Until next time, sleep tight. And maybe keep a light on, just in case.
Yeah, just in case.
You never know.